Hi guys, my name is Alicia, and if you don't know who I am, I make thrifting and sustainable fashion related content every single week. And if you caught my latest closet cleanout video that I filmed and posted a few weeks ago, you would know that I am planning on tracking all of the clothes that I'm going to be wearing. This is not only to kind of help me with my closet cleanouts and see which items I actually wear and which ones I don't, but I don't know, I just like tracking things in general, from my bullet journal to my spreadsheet where I keep track of every single concert I've been to. It's just in my nature. So naturally, when I learned that this was a possibility to digitize your wardrobe and track it, I was definitely intrigued. So in my closet cleanup video, I already went through the whole process of taking pictures of every single one of my clothing items. I even edited the photos to brighten them up a bit because I'm just extra like that. But now I'm at the point where I kind of need to make a decision of what app I'm going to be using, because I didn't realize there are so many apps on the market right now for this kind of tool. But in this video, we are going to be comparing and contrasting two of the apps. One of them is called Open Wardrobe, which I've seen a few YouTubers talking about, specifically Alexa Sunshine 83, and the other one is called A Closet that I saw with Wendy use and talk about. So before I commit to one of these apps, because it's going to be a lot of work to import all of my photos, I wanted to go through and kind of look at the pros and cons of both and see which one I like better. So if this is something you're thinking of doing as well, definitely stick around. Maybe it'll help you decide which app to use as well. So starting with A Closet, right off the bat, it has 1 million downloads while Open Wardrobe only has 50,000 downloads. I think A Closet has been around for longer and it just clearly is more popular, so that is something to keep in mind. But let's just go ahead and open the apps just to kind of get our first impressions. So this is what A Closet looks like. Pretty simple homepage where you can just kind of see your different closets. And then at the top, it actually shows the weather, which I really like because weather is obviously a very important factor when it comes to dressing yourself. So I think that's pretty cool. And then it's split into a few different categories on the homepage. So we have closet, we have outfit, and then we have pre-loved. So basically closet is just all your clothes. Outfit is outfits that you can create. As you can see, I kind of was already experimenting with the app, so I've made a few of them. And then pre-loved, they actually have their own marketplace, basically like Depop, where you can sell your clothes. So that's kind of interesting. Definitely not something I plan on using, but it's kind of a cool aspect. If you already have these clothes photographed, it'd be really easy to just kind of throw them up and create a listing to sell them. So, and then at the bottom of the menu, we just have a few different other pages. Pre-loved, which is once again that marketplace, but this is the section where you can see other people's items. We have our feed, which is kind of like a social media aspect to this app where you can see other people's outfits. And then our inbox, which is just notifications. So overall, I'm digging the interface. So, but next, let's go into Open Wardrobe and take a look at theirs. So with Open Wardrobe, super simple. We have this wardrobe page that you land on, which is basically the home page where you have your main wardrobe and then your packing list, where I guess you can split your wardrobe off into different sections. And then once again, we have outfits, just like the other app. And then looks, which is actually kind of an interesting section where you can actually post real photos of yourself, which is kind of cool. Then once again, on the bottom bar with all the pages, we have this watch page, which is basically a tutorial page on how to use the app, which I guess is good to know is there, but I feel like that's not really that important to have a whole page dedicated to it personally. We have Discover, which once again is kind of the social media side to this. I know this app works with a lot of influencers, so that is kind of cool to be able to see and follow people that you actually know. We have Activity, which once again is basically just your notifications page. And then More, it kind of looks like a settings page. But I'm pretty sure what is unique to this app is the fact that other people can create outfits for you, which is really cool. If your friends wanted to look through your wardrobe and create an outfit, I think that's very fun. In theory. In practice, are people actually going to do that? I don't know. But that is pretty cool. I will say with the Open Wardrobe app, the pages do take a little bit to load. I feel like that's kind of typical for newer apps that are still being developed. So hopefully they kind of fix that over the course of the app's lifespan. But It is kind of annoying. But next up, we're going to be looking into importing. This is basically the process of getting your clothes into the app, and we're going to kind of see which one is kind of the easiest. So going back to a closet, we're going to go to our little plus sign down here. There's a few options, but we want to add clothes to our wardrobe. So you can actually, I believe, select up to 10 different items at a time to import. Yeah, up to 10 photos. So that's kind of cool because then you can do them in batches, I guess. So we're going to add our selected image. I find that a closet does a really good job of cutting the image out, specifically the hangers. This one, it didn't do a perfect job, but what's really, really cool about this is that you can actually go in and edit the photo and actually erase the pieces that they missed. You can rotate to, you can crop, you can even restore. So if it accidentally like cut something out, you can bring it back. So I, as a kind of more perfectionist, I really like that aspect. And then as you can see, it is quite good at autofilling the categories. So it's already chosen seasons for me, spring, fall, winter. I'd say that's pretty accurate. Maybe not winter. I'm going to uncheck that. Category, it knows it's a top. It knows it's a hoodie. It did get the color wrong, so we are going to have to fix that. I'd say it's more of like a green khaki. Pattern, solid color, pretty much. And then all you have to do is save. You can add extra information, but for my purposes, I don't really want to. Another cool feature of this app is you can actually search by library and like other stores. So like if this is a new piece you bought, you can actually pull it straight from the website, which is cool and definitely would save you time. But for me, all my clothes are thrifted basically, so I can't really do that. But let's just do another item just to show you as another example. And I think we're gonna do maybe like an accessory. Let's do the shoes this time. Let's do these ones. Yeah, so once again, very good job of cutting the image out. Sneakers, white, yeah. Like it's pretty much got it. And it's very, very quick. I'd say you spend maybe like 10 seconds per item importing. So I feel like you could get through your whole wardrobe pretty quickly. Not to mention, I feel like it really keeps the quality of the photos. Like that looks pretty good to me. And it's very easy, like say you didn't take the best photo and then you realize later you want to like retake it. It's very easy to replace the image and just pop in a new photo. So that's pretty cool. And like edit, you know, whatever you need later. So far I'm liking that. Let's just pop over to Open Wardrobe and compare their importing. So we're just going to go back to our wardrobe, our main wardrobe. And let's add something. So same thing, you have the option to, I think you can pick from other people's wardrobes, which is pretty cool. You can import from online purchases, so same thing. You can choose your store and pull it straight from the website, which is pretty cool. For my purposes, we're just gonna pull it from an album. And let's just import the exact same items just to do like a fair comparison. So as you can see, same thing, it's just taking a moment to edit the photo, it's removing the background. And as you can see, it didn't totally remove the hanger, which is a little bit annoying, especially because this app recommended taking hanger photos. Like if I knew that, maybe I would have done flat lays. So that is a little bit frustrating and you can't really edit the image. The category it chose was top, so it's accurate, but it didn't go as specific as a closet. Once again, it did get the color wrong on this one, but I can't really fault the app for that. I just feel like the photos weren't the greatest. So I'm going to fix that. There are a lot more details you have the option to fill in on Open Wardrobe. So if you want to track those things, like for example, it asks if it's thrifted, vintage, secondhand. Yes. So that is pretty cool. It is like a V-neck and it's a long sleeve. So I feel like it is pretty accurate there. And then we just have to hit save. You can choose a title as well for your item, but that's just going to be a lot of work if you're doing that for every single photo. For example, this one, it actually generated a title for it, closed-toe sneakers, interesting. And it actually did a really good job of cutting out the shoes, footwear, sneakers. Once again, got the color wrong. These are like more of a white, I'd say. They are thrifted. Yeah, and I feel like the rest of it is pretty accurate. So honestly, I'd say the importing process is pretty on par for both these apps. I will say I feel like the items do lose a little bit of quality compared to a closet, but that's not too big of a deal. So that was importing. Let's have a quick look at actually logging outfits once your clothes are imported. So back to a closet, we're just going to do that plus sign again. And this time we're going to create idea, which I guess is basically an outfit. You have actually 4 different options here for how you want to create it. There's place freely, select by category, a closet layout, and then AI suggested outfits, which is kind of interesting. Let's start with the place freely. I do like how they have all the categories down here, so it's like quite easy to put together quickly. I feel like the controls are fairly easy to use. Kind of move your things around. I could definitely see myself using this kind of template. You can also add some info to the outfit, and you can include the actual picture of you wearing it. So that's pretty cool. As for some of the other templates, you can actually add by category. So this is pretty cool, the way you can just like slide the things around. I also like that you can add multiple layers. And then if you wanted to do like 2 shirts on top of each other and layer them, you can totally do that too. So that's pretty cool. This one, it's kind of more like a grid format where it's more of like a mood board than like actually putting the outfit together, but you get the vibe. And then lastly, we have the A closet layout. So this is like their own thing. And it basically creates the layout for you, so you don't have to move anything around. See, I can easily change my tops like that, add another shirt if once again I wanted to do like a little layering moment. And then as you can see, it kind of puts it together for you. You do have the option to go in and edit it, which is really helpful. Definitely a little bit easier than doing it from scratch. And then lastly, you have the AI one, which isn't really, it basically does it for you. It's basically just like creating random outfits, which I don't have all my clothes imported at the moment, so there are limited options, but like these are just some of the ideas it came up with. This could actually be a cute look. I could see that. These aren't bad. That could be a fun video idea of like following AI outfits. But anyways, and then once you do create an outfit, you can actually log it for the day. So today's the 20th. Let's log an outfit, choose from ideas, which we just created. I just created this one randomly. And then you can log it. You can add multiple outfits per day, which is handy because like, you know, sometimes you change it up in the day, but that's pretty cool. So that was a closet. Let's move on to open wardrobe. Okay, so moving on to open wardrobe, we're just gonna go over to the outfits tab and hit the little plus sign there. We have a few different options. Once again, we have the AI version, so it's basically gonna create an AI outfit for you. Let's see what it comes up with. Interesting. Okay, not bad. Yeah, once again, I don't have everything imported in here, so there are very limited options, but and then basically you have 2 other options. You can create an outfit collage or you can create an outfit grid. So let's go to create outfit collage. So I think right now it's just showing everything in my wardrobes here. So let's just like add a few things. And then you can sort by different wardrobe or categories. So if I like just wanted to see the dresses, it would show it. I feel like that's pretty simple. And then once you add them in, you can just place them around. Now the controls for this one are a little different. You have to use like this bar to move them around, which is a little delayed, but it's fine. And you can't really like rotate them around or anything. So you can, okay, that's cool. You can choose the occasion or the season, have a little note, whatever. And then we can hit save. So very, very similar to the other app. So let's just go ahead and try the other option, the grid option. And you basically select everything pretty much like the same way. And then that's it. So this is very similar to the other app where it's just like not an outfit in the sense of it putting it like head to toe, but it's more of just like the inspo, you know? But yeah, I'd say both of those are pretty easy to use. I will say that a closet does have that extra template that makes it a little bit easier, but they're pretty similar. This is pretty cool too. You can actually change it to a collage mode. So if you change your mind, that's actually pretty cool. Once you create the outfit, we'll just click here and then it pops up the calendar. Okay, it took me a second, but I think I figured out how to look at the calendars. You have to go to outfits and then click on worn and planned. And then you have a few different views to look at where you can just see like each one per day. You can see the outfits of that week and then per month, but it doesn't really show the calendar view like the other one does, which I kind of really like. But you can still log multiple outfits a day and all that. And then once again, we have the looks where like it's the actual pictures of yourself, which you can link to an outfit that you already created, or you can just create one. So that is basically logging outfits on both apps. I feel like I definitely like the A closet layout better in terms of the calendar and like the templates. But let's move on to our last category we're going to compare, which is the data. Definitely an important one because that's kind of why I wanted to do this in the first place. But we're gonna start with a closet. I had a little difficulty finding it, but you basically just go to settings and then style stats. And this is where it's gonna give you a breakdown of all the information. So this is kind of like a quick look at what you've been wearing in the past month. Season analysis, so I guess like what seasons you wear most. Hidden deep in the closet, which is basically like stuff you didn't wear. It also has the cost per wear section, which is pretty cool. So if you do input how much the item cost you, it'll divide that up based on how many times you've worn it. Personally, I don't really care about that because I don't really buy expensive things, but that is pretty cool. And then you see your most worn, which is pretty cool. So that is your utilization stats. If you go to clothes stats, it's a little bit more specific with like how many items are in your closet, what your closet is worth, which is pretty cool. Once again, if you're importing that data, it tells you what most of your items are, like how many you have of each, the brands if you input that info, and then the colors, which is pretty cool. And it's all laid out in like a nice little infographics, you know? So if we just pop on over to open wardrobe to find your stats here, yeah, more and then style statistics. Very, very similar layout where you have your stats and then your utilization. This one's cool. It tells you everything you have thrifted versus new, which personally is something I would like to track. We've got your colors once again, very, very similar. This one actually has patterns, which is pretty cool, and brands, of course. You can also divide these by category. So right now I'm looking at stats for all, but you can choose just your cardigans, your dresses. You can get very specific. So next we're going to move on to utilization. Once again, we have that cost per wear, which is pretty cool. Your most worn, your never worn, and longest time since last wear. So very, very similar. I feel like the A closet had a little more info, but this one is more simple and like kind of more in line with what I need, especially that thrifted versus new category I think is pretty cool. Plus the fact that you can split it into the categories, that's pretty unique. So now that I've looked at both apps, which one am I going to choose? Honestly, going into this, I thought I knew which one I was going to choose, but I feel like my mind has been changed. But before I reveal which app I'm going to go with, I just have to take a second to talk about our sponsor of this video, which is Ranvoo. So Ranvoo has tons of products online, but since we're talking about refreshing our wardrobes, we are actually going to be talking about their GoGo Lint product. Pilling is one of the quickest ways that clothes start to look worn. And if you don't know what pilling is, it's basically caused by like your clothes rubbing together either from wear or while they're mixed with other clothes in the wash. And it basically creates those little balls of fabric that just make your clothes look worn. So what the GoGo Lint tool does is basically remove that. In the past, I've actually purchased similar products, but I was just really not impressed with the quality. They just didn't remove all of the pilling, and I'd have to go over the area so many times. So when Ranvoo sent me their GoGo Lint product to test out, I was a little bit skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. I'm here to confirm that their GoGo Lint tool is by far way better in quality and is super, super easy to remove the pilling. It is super powerful. It actually has 2 different settings. So you can really amp up the power if you have a tough spot. I especially love the double-headed design that really lets you cover a larger area while you're depilling everything. And I love that this is actually USB chargeable. So I freaking hate batteries and like having to buy batteries and they always run out. So with this, you do not have to worry about that. You can just pop it on the charger and then it'll be good to go. So as you can see, I did test this out on a few different types of sweaters that I own. It just so effortlessly removes the pilling with just a few rounds going over the fabric. And as you can see, it works on different types of fabric, whether the pills are really big or really small. And I just have to say, I'm so impressed with this product. I usually don't do reviews of products for that reason because I'm just not a fan of like overconsumption. So I would not be promoting this product if I didn't think it was worth it, especially if you have like a vintage business and this is something you have to do all the time. This is definitely the quickest and easiest way to refresh your clothes. So whether you own a secondhand clothing business like me, or you're just so sick of pilling and you have a lot of clothes to go through, I'd highly recommend this product. They've actually given my viewers an exclusive code for 10% off your order, and this thing is not the cheapest, but I do think the quality is worth it. So if you are interested in purchasing a GoGo Lint for yourself, then just check out my link in the description to get 10% off. So thank you so much to Ranvoo for sponsoring this video. And with that, I'm going to reveal which app I'm going to use. Okay, this is honestly such a tough decision because I feel like a closet is kind of the better app overall. The interface just feels cleaner. I love the weather and like the calendar kind of views that it has. But for some reason, I feel like I'm leaning more towards open wardrobe. I don't know if it's more of like the social media aspect to it, or the fact that it's more like, I feel like it's more like thrifted based, if that makes sense. Even though I feel like the app structurally isn't as good as A Closet, I think I'm gonna choose open wardrobe. I don't know. I feel like the app is just built a little bit more to my needs. So I don't know. You guys let me know which one you would have chose based on this review, or if you've tried one of them, definitely let me know what your experience was with both of them, because I'm probably not going to start doing this until the new year. So this is going to be like my little Christmas break project of uploading everything to the apps. And hopefully it'll actually make my next closet clean out easier, and also like remind me of what clothing I have, because I feel like a lot of the time clothes just get like stuck at the back of my dressers and I totally forget they exist. So having them on this app, like easily viewable, is going to be great. Even for like vacations or just planning outfits in advance is another reason I really wanted to do this. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated. This might be my last video of the year, so I want to wish everyone a happy holidays and a happy new year. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.